Welcome to the S&M Show. Here are your hosts, Susan and Mary.
I'm Susan. And I'm Mary. Let's get up and go. On this episode, we'll be covering the latest scandals and controversies and what our teeny boppers are listening, wearing, and dancing to.
And our special guest, Patricia Hitchcock, will be giving us the skinny on the glitz and glam of Hollywood.
We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Catch up this year with some Old Spice shaving cream. Let your razor ride some wheels. This new cosmetic formula will wipe up the mop off your face instantly. Get back to the days of our lives with Old Spice shaving cream.
Welcome back to the Susan and Mary Show. In recent news, President Lyndon Johnson has been actively watching Martin Luther King Jr. and the Civil Rights Movement after the tragic 16th Street Church bombing.
It's rumored that Johnson will be signing an executive order later this year to aid the progression of the civil rights movement. With the possibility of equal opportunities in the workplace for all Americans, there are some expected repercussions.
On the bright side, the first African-American Supreme Court judge, Thurgood Marshall, will be appointed on August 30th. Although being met with considerable resistance, particularly in the South, Johnson continues to aid the cause.
One painstakingly slow step at a time. Not long ago, the FDA approved oral contraceptives. Today, the pill has been used more and more by American women. My mama told me that in the olden days, women used to use a syringe and squirt salt and vinegar, up there. Speaking of unsafe, did you know that one of the first methods of birth control was referred to as coitus interruptus?
And meanwhile, back at the ranch. We'll be right back with Patricia Hitchcock after a word from our sponsors. Why, Mary, what is this?
Oh, Susan, let me tell you. It's Palmolive dishwashing liquid. It softens your hands while you do dishes. Let me show you.
Wow, my hands are softer.
Just let it sit for a minute and they'll keep getting softer. Palmolive dishwashing liquid. It softens your hands while you do dishes.
I cannot wait to tell Dick.
Dick will never complain again.
Welcome back. And joining us now is Patricia Hitchcock, an actress who was recently involved in the hit movie Psycho. Please welcome Patricia Hitchcock.
So tell us, Patricia, when did you start acting?
I knew I wanted to be an actress when I was a child. In the early 1940s, I began acting on stage and doing summer stock productions. My father helped me gain a role in the Broadway productions Solitaire in 1942 and Violet in 1944.
Now, what we've all been wondering about. How is your love life?
My love life is great. I'm currently living in California with my husband Joseph and our lovely 3 daughters, Mary, Teresa, and Katie.
Did you say Mary? That is a lovely name.
How long have you and Joseph been married?
I married Joseph on January 17th, 1952. So it's been about 13 years.
What do you have to say about working with your father, the renowned Alfred Hitchcock?
I love working with my father. I starred in 10 episodes of his half-hour television programs and I had a small role in 3 of my father's films.
Amazing. Truly a glimpse into the life of a star. We'll be right back with more on today's grooviest styles after a word from our sponsors.
Ever feeling drabby? Need something to spice up a date? Well, look no further. Introducing Biba's new asymmetrical dress. This slim cut style flares just above the thighs for an accentuated hip, and the material is a luxurious cotton blend. The pastel colors offered are enough to match anybody's eyes. Head on over to Macy's to pick yourself up one of these springtime beauties. Biba, the London look.
Welcome back. The Rolling Stones released their new album, Out of Our Heads, earlier this year. Their single, I Can't Get No Satisfaction, is still being listened to by our very own teeny boppers.
And fresh off the presses, mini skirts. These sleek London styles are sure to deck out any girl.
This march was started by Martin Luther King Jr. in order to start the campaign for voting rights. In a response to the brutal death of Jimmy Lee Jackson, the protest for voting rights takes its march from Selma across Edmund Pettus Bridge on the route to Montgomery. But only as soon as they reach the other side of the Alabama River, their state troopers await with billy sticks. It was only just moments ago when the troopers advanced and began to beat on the nonviolent activists. All of America watched the televised protests end with a number of African Americans running across the bridge whilst trying to remove the injured and elderly from the scene.
Thank you all for watching at home and in our live audience. We'd also like to thank our special guest, Patricia Hitchcock, and our breaking news anchor. Have a nice night.
We'll see you next week on the Susan and Mary Show.